Hi, I'm Winton Liu, and this is my screencast for Project 3, File Systems. The purpose of this project is to create two system calls that would set and get a extended attribute called classification to files. First, I would need to edit in the two system calls to the system call table. So, wait, double check real quick. Syscall 64TL. So they're right here, 332 and 333, get classification and set classification. Next, I would need to implement the system calls. So I put them in the xattrib.c file, which is in fs directory. So the first one is the set classification system call. I initialize the variable path struct, which holds the path for the file. I check to see if the file exists in the user space using a user path at function, and then if it doesn't exist, I'll return an error. Then if it does exist, I'll first mount the file in order to write to it. I'll set the extended attribute classification to the user with the new classification, and then I'll demount, and then I'll unmount it. If no errors exist, I'll return the new classification. If it does exist, I'll return -1. The second system call is get classification. I'll also initialize the path struct, and I'll have a buffer to hold the classification. I'll see if the file exists using the same user path at function. If it doesn't exist, I'll return -1. If it does exist, I'll store the classification into my buffer. And if everything goes right, if everything goes right, I'll return. Well, first I'll set the classification into the variable class value, free the buffer, and then I'll return the classification value. My system calls worked. I made a library function in the user space. So cd home/reptilian cd class. So get classification calls the system called 332, and set classification calls the system called 333. Then, to test if the system calls actually return the right values, I use the classification test.c file. The first statement prints out the original classification. The second statement prints out, the second statement sets the classification to a certain number, and then the third statement prints out that classification, and the fourth statement gets the classification of a non-existent file. Since I've already ran the file, what the heck? The classification number should return 555 -1 because the classification test file has the classification 5. I set to 5, prints out 5, and then the non-existent file is a -1. That's it for my screencast. Thanks for watching. Bye.